Hello, hello. Have you ever noticed that after a few weeks of eating consistently, something starts to change? It's not the number on the scale. I bet you thought it was. You have a little more energy. You find yourself perhaps not thinking about food as much. Maybe your digestion feels better. Things are more consistent, feel healthier. A lot of people assume that that's only because they've lost weight, right? But there's actually a lot more happening inside your body. I mean, if you want to get scientific about it, there's a lot that goes on in your body after you've lost weight. But the main thing is that these things happen because of consistency. See, one thing that I've learned after working with many people, we're heading into the thousands here, your body loves consistency. Not perfection, consistency. It does not expect you to eat perfectly every day. Your body does not panic because of one vacation or a birthday dinner. What it responds to are the patterns you repeat over time, again and again. We see examples of this all the time. Patients who are going to vacation are like, oh my gosh, Evelyn, how do I deal with this? And, there's several topics that we can go into, but at the end of the day, you have to realize that your body is looking for the big picture, not hyper focusing on every single meal. Right? When people begin eating in a way that truly nourishes them, they often notice changes before they even notice major weight loss. They'll say, they'll be able to, for example, I had one patient who noticed that in their trip to Paris, they were able to climb all the stairs in the Eiffel Tower after walking for almost more than 5 miles. Okay. They have better digestion. They don't get, they don't have issues with constipation or with diarrhea. They feel stronger when they are doing their workouts. They're able to increase their weights and find that they're doing that quite easily. Those improvements are not imaginary. They happen because your body is responding to being consistently cared for. In nutrition, it's hard because, we have the input of all these things, the TV, the advertisements. We have, there's a lot pushing food at us. And then there's social media that, depending on your specific algorithm feed, and yes, you know it, I know it, I know you know it. Depending on what you spend looking at more, the algorithm pushes more things at you, right? And so if you're looking at health trends or a food influencer, you're gonna get more of those. And just because you got it pushed to you and you see it on your social media feed, it does not necessarily mean that it is true and or appropriate for you specifically. And so it's those things. So again, it's consistency over time. It is, you want to think about, or if you want, think back to a time when you were eating consistently. How did you feel, right? If we're bringing it back to that, were you more rested? Did you feel more energy, more energetic? Did you feel less bloating, more bloating? How did you feel? I've had several patients. Oh, well, I guess I should go back and give you context, but we've had many patients here at Live Light, and every single one of them goes through what we call phase 1. If you come on board with us or have before, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody does it, and there's a reason for it. We do it because we know it works, and we know that it helps people get into a rhythm of eating to create the consistency. And what that ends up doing is that we've seen people, I set the expectation from the beginning, you may see weight loss or you may not. But this phase 1 is not for weight loss specifically. It is to help you set a rhythm, a pattern of eating. It is there to help your body to naturally reduce as much inflammation as possible, to get rid of excess water weight, to prime the body and get it ready for weight loss, right? So, if you've been with us before, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm sure you've done it, and you know that we go back to it. That's our basis. That's our foundation. So anyway, you've probably have been hearing along with this, the word microbiome, right? A lot lately. I feel like it's everywhere, but again, it could be me. It sounds complicated because microbiome, it's such a big word, but the basic idea is simple, right? It's inside your digestive system live trillions of microorganisms that help support digestion. They influence metabolism and communicate with other parts of your body. They're equating it to a second brain, if you will. Researchers are learning every year about how these organisms may influence things like appetite, inflammation, and overall health. So they communicate, right? They help manage hormones too. There's still a lot we're learning, and not every headline tells the whole story, as we all know. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear: the foods we eat consistently, they matter. It's like what we tell patients when they are losing weight. If they are trying to lose weight, right, you are eating in a certain way, and you continue to eat that certain way until you get to where you want to be as far as total weight loss goal, as long as it's healthy for you, right? But if you are working on losing weight but are eating a slice of cake every single day in addition to your regular meals, the likelihood of you getting to that weight loss goal is less and less and less, right? The more you eat that, the more you do that. Okay, so with that, we have to understand, we know that, right? We understand that, but we also know that there's different cakes, and the goal doesn't necessarily change. It's that you're eating differently. Now, when it comes to research and the microbiome, we of course are learning every day. And as we learn things, we start adjusting what the main idea was, how things are affected, what things we can do. As of right now, the big takeaway is eat fermented food. That's it. And so with that, we also understand that eating on a regular basis is more about eating consistently versus eating perfectly, because we're human and we do human things, and a big part of being a human is doing things just a smidge differently every single time, even though we have a recipe, right? If you have a recipe, you follow the recipe, sometimes maybe the first couple of times to a T. But once you get comfortable, you start playing around and maybe add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And so whenever we start talking about gut health or longevity, some people immediately think, oh, great, another list of food that I can never, right? Well, that's not what this is about, right? This is about asking, how can I nourish my body most of the time, right? Going back big picture, we were here, now we're standing away and saying, what can I do? How can I nourish my body most of the time? Because consistency beats perfection. Every single time. That's what we've seen. We know the research backs it up. And one of the reasons I enjoy talking about these topics is because they shift the conversation. They take, instead of asking, how fast can I lose weight? Well, we begin asking, how healthy can I become, right? Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, the number on the scale is one thing, but health encompasses everything. And that's a very different mindset, right? See, your body is paying attention to what you do consistently. Again, are you getting up and walking? Your body's gonna notice. Are you laying down most of the time? It's gonna notice, because it means small, sustainable habits really do matter, right? That's what that means. Whether your goal is maintaining your weight, feeling more energetic, supporting a healthy aging, right? You wanna age well. I do. Or simply enjoying life more, which, count me in. Those daily choices add up. And that's exactly what we help our patients build. If you're wondering what your next step, what the next step in the journey should look like, we'd be happy to talk with you. You can schedule a free maintenance evaluation using the link below. Check the description. Till next time.